Karen Reed murder trial, which is now underway.
So here's the thing. Hundreds of potential jurors were summoned. Both sides will still need to screen dozens of potential people to fill that jury panel. We've got team coverage for you this morning. We'll get to Lauren Melendez in just a moment with the latest on a new audit of the Canton Police Department. But first, let's hear from our Manash Kungwari. He's been listening into the hearing, joins us now outside Norfolk Superior Court. Manash?
Well, two seats on the jury have already been filled, and today both sides entered the courtroom optimistic that they'll be able to find a couple more people to fill those remaining spots. The problem here is that this case is so popular that when the first 91 people came in to get screened, 86% of them said that they had heard, seen, or talked about this case.
Jury service is probably the most important civic duty that we have.
Day 2 of jury selection in the Karen Reed murder retrial, and Judge Beverly Cannoni once again breaking down the details of this case to the potential jurors.
Most basically, the defendant starts this trial presumed to be innocent
of killing her Boston police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe. He was found dead outside of a Canton home 3 years ago after he and Reed spent the night before out drinking with friends.
Beyond a reasonable doubt.
While the jury panel is beginning to fill up inside, outside, a legal battle brewing.
It's unconstitutional. It violates due process and it violates the First Amendment.
For this trial, Judge Cannoni imposed a buffer zone, forcing Karen Reed supporters 200 feet away from the courthouse. This in an effort to limit the impact they'll have on witnesses or jurors. But some supporters have taken issue with that and have sued Judge Cannoni, saying the buffer zone is a violation of their constitutional rights.
We're just looking for an injunction that will tell her that her order is unconstitutional.
And the person you just heard from right there is the lawyer representing those supporters that have sued Judge Beverly Cannoni. That lawyer just texted me minutes ago saying they now have a federal hearing date. A federal hearing for that lawsuit is going to be happening Friday at 2:30 p.m. We, of course, will be keeping you updated on what happens with that lawsuit. But for right now, we're live here in Dedham. Manash Kungwari, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, Manash, thank you. So let's continue our team coverage of Karen Reed's murder trial now. The results of an independent audit. This was an audit of the Canton Police Department, and it is now shedding light on several mistakes made with the handling of this murder investigation. Our Lauren Melendez is in Canton to explain.
3 months, 200 pages, and $200,000 later.
It was so crazy from the get-go.
Canton taxpayers relieved to have the results of the independent audit of Canton Police they paid for, yet incredibly disappointed that it took this measure to find out their officers ignored protocol when investigating the death of a man found bruised and bloody in the snow, January 2022.
In these fiscal times, I don't think anybody wants to spend that kind of money on an audit per se, but I think it was necessary after what happened.
Investigators concluded Canton Police never photographed Boston police officer John O'Keefe before first responders moved his body. They determined both Mass State Police and Canton PD left the scene too early before state police crime units could get there for a secondary search, along with not immediately preserving video evidence of Karen Reed's SUV parked in Canton PD's Station Sallyport, the vehicle that would ultimately become the focal point of accusations that Reed hit and killed O'Keefe.
I would hope that this is a wake-up call.
These findings, coupled with testimony of Stop and Shop bags plus red Solo cups Canton PD used to collect evidence, leading police experts to determine this audit may have been long overdue.
The biggest thing for any law enforcement agency is having the training and the resources available.
We know a community meeting is scheduled for Saturday, 2 to 5 at Canton High School, where the public can weigh in. Town officials will be there as well, and potential recommendations on how to move forward could be discussed. Reporting in Canton, Lauren Melendez, NBC 10 Boston.
Not to mention the potential impact on the case itself. Lauren, thank you. So remember, NBC 10 Boston and NECN are your home for everything connected to the Karen Reed murder trial. You can watch what happens in court live every day on our sister station or wherever you stream your news. You can also watch a full recap of the major moments weeknights at 7 o'clock right here on NBC 10 Boston and Canton Confidential.
And if you have any questions about the trial, you can send them our way. All you have to do is email us at the address you see right there on your screen. Our Canton Confidential team will answer as many as possible. That's at 7 o'clock every night right here on NBC 10 Boston.